going into this, and I feel like since we both came from backgrounds where like no one in our family was a nurse, it can be
first generation.
Yes, it can be extremely overwhelming. Because I feel like even like I'll think back to it, and I'm like, okay, whenever I'm struggling with something, I'm like, okay, who can I reach out to that's like been here, has done that, and then reaching out to my mentor. I feel like she's kept me grounded.
Welcome to Navigating Nursing with CompassRN. I am your host, Ilene, and I have two beautiful young ladies with me today. We have Jakelin and Valerie, both CompassRN graduates. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
So it's nice to have you here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to talk with them about how they got involved with CompassRN and where they are in their, pursuing their nursing journeys now. So, Jakelin, how did you get started with CompassRN?
Hi. Yes. So I first started off in the summer of 2022. So I think that was their inaugural first nursing camp, if I'm not mistaken, or like the first one in the summer. Mm-hmm. Originally, I was just trying to find career interests because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was entering my senior year, so that was a little worrisome. But then I went to this nursing camp and I found out that there's a lot that I can do in nursing despite like always being scared of healthcare, but I ended up really liking it. So I'm thankful for that.
Oh, that's awesome. And what about you, Valerie? How did you get connected with CompassRN?
Like through Discover, like I applied and I had my interview, and then I also started summer of 2022, and thankfully I graduated. But I was interested in like healthcare, specifically nursing. Mm-hmm. And then throughout the camp, I was able to discover different specialties.
Okay.
And it made me even more like sure of myself that I wanted to pursue nursing.
That's great. And so where y'all met? Did y'all meet at the camp or did y'all know each other before?
Yeah, we met at the camp.
Yes. So you even got a friendship from the camp.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And so where are you now within your, pursuing your nursing?
Yeah. So I just got accepted. I just got my acceptance, like I want to say a week or two ago, to University of Houston nursing. So I'm really excited about that. That was my go-to school. So I'm really excited to start this fall.
Okay. And where are you in your journey?
So I'm just finishing up my prerequisites, and then I will be starting nursing school at Texas Women's University this fall.
Okay.
In Houston.
Okay. So both of you are going to start in the fall?
Yes.
Okay. You're ready to start school in the fall. And you started off at the CompassRN. So what did you learn at CompassRN that kind of gave you what you needed to know that this is what you wanted to continue to pursue nursing, Jakelin?
So for me, growing up, my parents were a lot older. So I would always see them going in and out of like hospitals and doctor's appointments. And just seeing that kind of, for me as a little kid, kind of traumatized me. So I always wanted to stay away from it. But I was like, okay, let me give this a chance because you never really know something unless you try it. So when I went to the CompassRN summer nursing camp, I genuinely saw that there were so many different fields and so many different ways that you could go about it, because growing up, I mean, you kind of get the perception that nursing is just like pediatric or like bedside. And then seeing how many options I had available within, and then just actually being able to use the qualities and stuff that I'm really good at, because I feel like I'm a very empathetic person. So I feel like being able to be, like when you feel comfortable in your environment, and then that's just like, you don't see it as a job. You kind of just see that more as your calling. So this really felt like what is it? Like a epiphany?
Yes.
Kind of whenever I went, I was like mind blown. I was like, okay, yes, like this
is where I belong.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. And what about you, Valerie? What did you learn at CompassRN, or what happened there that, solidified it for you?
So like hearing about different nurses and their journeys, I was more attracted to like the mother and baby, like, or more like nurses that work with women. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I wanted to pursue. So hearing about different specialties, and then hearing about the journey in nursing school, and also about students as well from the university, it helped me like lean towards more to nursing. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And it provided me with like more of a inner perspective about what nursing is, and not just what other people listen. They give you the the good positive things and also the bad, like not bad, but like more negative that people might not really hear on a normal basis, you know?
So basically, what you're saying, like, they give you the real about it.
Yes.
You know, it's not, everything's not always.
They don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah. But it's a great career to have. And, with almost about anything, there's always going to be a positive and a negative side to things. But it's how you overcome it or how you work through those things that, give you the career that you would, love. So I'm very happy that you were able to experience CompassRN and you saw the good things in it and the positive, and that you were able to, make your journeys happen for you, that you're moving forward in them. And so I know you said you're finishing up some prerequisites.
Yes.
How was it applying for nursing school? So how did that process go for you? So you can start, Valerie, since you're, still within that.
It was honestly a stressful situation because for Texas Women's, you have to apply again through Apply Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly wanted to go to UTMB first. That was my first choice. But then I started leaning more towards Texas Women's University. It's here in the medical center. And I really like their program. So that's where I'm going to go this August. Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Jakelin? How was the applying portion for nursing school? How did that go for you?
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a wake-up call. I will say that, because taking the prerequisites is kind of, like whenever you're first coming in, like just straight from high school, you're like, okay, like you're trying to get your habits set up and everything. But so I only had to pick like the classes that were available. So when I first started, I started off with anatomy and physiology 2. No knowledge of the first one.
Oh, okay.
So,
you took a different step.
Yeah, I took a little bit of a different step. So it kind of, I wouldn't say it was a setback, but then having to like retake it, I was like, okay, I felt a little bit more comfortable. And because I feel like there's like, not like a stigma or anything, but like almost like retaking it is such a scary factor because you can only like do it so many times, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I was doing my prereqs, I was like, okay, it really like solidified me and made me stay very grounded in knowing that this was what I wanted to do. Because I think at one point, like in a fall semester, I was taking 7 courses at once. They were labs, but they were in 2 different institutions. So I was trying to get them ahead of time.
Okay. So you were learning a little, work and family or school and personal life balance there, trying to take a lot of classes at one time, but you were successful. Yes. So that's amazing. And so with you, you've applied, you're taking these classes, like, is there something that you would tell, someone who's, trying to get into your shoes, like they're, thinking about nursing, they haven't applied yet? Is there a tip or something you would tell them, to help them be more prepared for that point in the process?
Yeah. Some of the tips that I would give is, this was, I guess, a little bit more like interpersonal. Definitely do not compare your journey and your path to someone else's, because I feel like we are kind of like our own worst critics, because we will like break it down everything and then, just kind of see like, it's like, okay, well, I'm doing this. But then it was like, well, but Valerie's more ahead in this because, we were friends and we were going through this journey. So seeing where I was very much like, trying to get past that. And it was like, at the end of the day, we were still able to get to where we are despite having to take completely different paths.
Exactly. It was amazing that you were able to get to that point, because that is very true. No one's journey is going to be the same as yours.
Yes.
And it's not always about how you got there, but the destination, the fact that you got there. And you look at you're getting ready to start, and I know you're going to be successful in everything. What about you, Valerie? Is there a tip that you would give?
My tip is not to be scared of retaking courses, because I had to retake a course. Like transitioning from high school to college was difficult. So I did pass anatomy 1 my first time, but not with a really great grade. So I did retake it, and it showed my improvement. So my tip will be like, it's okay if you did not end up with the grade you wanted. You can retake it and you can show growth. And it just shows that anything's possible, because I retook courses and I still got accepted, so it's not a setback.
Right, amazing. Yeah. So, retaking the courses is no one's looking at that. They're looking at the GPA at the end, right? So, like you said, it's okay. Don't compare your journey to someone else's. Just making sure that you do what's best for yourself. Get your grades up. Retake your classes if you need to, so that you can, move forward in your journey. That's amazing, and it's very mature of you that you took that time to reflect and really think about, the bigger picture and what you wanted to do and how you needed to adjust yourself to make that happen for you. So that's really good that you took the time to do that. So what areas of nursing, if you've been thinking about that, I know you said mother, baby, and women, is there an area that you're thinking about going into, or you're still waiting to see what else is out there? What area specialty you would like to consider?
So I'm still trying to figure that one out. I feel like there's so many incredible fields that you can go into. So I feel like once I get into my clinicals and stuff, I'm able to see what like I specifically want to focus on. Right now I'm saying like pediatric oncology or like cardiovascular, but I mean, you never know. So we'll see where the journey takes me.
Yeah. So with you being a part of CompassRN, do you think that has helped you, within your nursing journey so far?
Yes, definitely. Like I always refer back to like your starting point, because at the end of the day, like for me, CompassRN was my starting point because I go like from my junior to senior year, I did not know what I wanted to do. Like I think at the time I was putting like on applications like supply chain management, far out of my scope. But being able to like reflect on that and see like, okay, there are so many fields, it's never ending, and then it's always like at the end of the day, it's like a very rewarding career to have. Even though it's like, it could take a toll on you personally, but I feel like, when it's your calling, you just kind of know.
Right. When it's hard work, but if you're willing to do the work, then you'll, reap rewards from it as well. And what about you, Valerie? You're a part of the CompassRN, you come back now and you're still volunteering with us.
Yes.
And so how has, being a part of CompassRN affected your nursing journey?
Well, in the beginning, I was interested in nursing, but I didn't really know much about it. So I feel like coming to this camp, like as a little tiny girl, it helped me like learn about what schools require, how long the nursing journey is, and that it's more than just bedside, because with the different nurses that CompassRN brought, you were able to learn about different perspectives. So, and then also coming back to like volunteer, like I could probably like help somebody else that was just as lost as me, like share my perspective on things. And it just keeps like proving to me that this is what I want to do. Like nursing, talking about nursing, hearing about nursing, it's what I want to do for my future.
Oh, I love that. So y'all are still a part of CompassRN, and each of you have a mentor. So how is it working, having that mentor available to you, Jakelin?
Yeah, so I really love her. I kind of was because whenever we first started, I didn't know we were going to get to the point where we could get mentors. So whenever Mr. Renee told us that, I was like, okay, good, because going into this, and I feel like since we both came from backgrounds where like no one in our family was a nurse, it can be
First generation.
Yes, it can be extremely overwhelming. Because I feel like even like I'll think back to it, and I'm like, okay, whenever I'm struggling with something, I'm like, okay, who can I reach out to that's like been here, has done that, and then reaching out to my mentor. I feel like she's kept me grounded. I could definitely say that. I feel like I'm very much in a panic mode. Like I will think of the best solution that could come from this, but then I'll think of like plan A, B, C, D. And then she's like, okay, well, we're on step 1. So focus right now on like where you're at, and don't forget to like actually live in the present and enjoy the journey. Because I feel like life's not a race. And I feel like we get too tied up when like, okay, I'm worried about this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay, well, let me focus on what I'm doing right now.
Right. Be very present.
Yes.
Yeah. And what about you, Valerie? How's it been working with your mentor?
I love my mentor. She's like such a sweetheart. And I'm thankful for CompassRN because they matched you with what you wanted to pursue in the future. So she's the director of like the mother and baby unit at like Methodist. And thanks to her, I was also able to shadow at her hospital, like NICU, labor and delivery, leadership, like transitional nursery nurse. And I'm just like thankful that she like has been like, if you need help, like help with your application or like tips. And she always like, do the most you can. have some background, volunteer, anything can help boost up your like application. So I'm still in contact with her. She's still helping me, and I'm thankful for CompassRN for matching me with her.
Yeah, so you got cheerleaders in your corners there to help you navigate through this nursing journey. And so you've been able to utilize the resources of CompassRN to help you be successful in your journeys.
Yes.
That is very, very amazing. And so I just want to thank you ladies for taking the time to come and speak with me today. And we will definitely keep in contact. I would love to see how, that first semester goes for you. So we will be checking in. And for any of those of you who would like to be a part of CompassRN, whether that's to be in the program, to be a mentee, to be a mentor, if you want to volunteer, any aspect, donate, please look us up on all social platforms at CompassRN. You can also find us at compassrn.org. And as always, like, subscribe, and share. And no matter where you are in your nursing journey, you always have a nurse navigator to help you along the way.